And we are back. Gary Dickman here and Tony Solito. We just finished watching first semifinal of the night where we saw Well Strategy Partners advance to the championship game. Tony and I are really looking forward to the second semifinal starting in just a few minutes. Electricians Hawaii going up against Chosen Few. Electricians Hawaii undefeated. They've had a couple of really close wins in this league. They've escaped, and they're looking to make it back to the championship game. Artie Wilson has been there many times, their head coach, and looking to make it back. We're looking forward to a really, really good game. We mentioned earlier with Chosen Few without Bill Amos, but they've got Jace Tavita, who wasn't known as a big scorer at UH, but he's a big scorer in the Summer League, Tony. We talked about a week or so ago where he had 47 points in one game.
Well, you know, his three-point shot has really improved. It looks like when he plays, he takes a lot more threes than he used to when he was playing for the University of Hawaii, of course. So he scores a lot. I think they have a good player in Kyle Pape, so he takes a little bit of the pressure off him, and it really improves his game. And he's just a good Division I player. You know, solid kid.
And we're watching John Lane convert a layup here earlier. Scott Cato, a really good player, played for you at HBU. Scott back in action tonight. And when we're watching both teams taking layups right now, it seems like Electricians Hawaii has a few more players, a deeper bench than Chosen Few. We will be joined in just a minute by the head coach from Electricians Hawaii, a guy you work with on OC Sports and on Tuesday night. And we're going to get their head coach, Artie Wilson, in here in just a second. And Artie, back where you want to be in a position to win the championship, you have to win tonight to get back to Saturday night and winning it all. Your thoughts on playing a team in Chosen Few who won their first playoff game?
Well, we haven't played in a week, and my guys have to come out and play strong. I'm not worried about who we're playing. I'm more worried about our effort, and we just got to play the way we played all summer. This has been a team that I've been as proud of as any team I've had because they've always given me great effort, and if they do that tonight, I feel comfortable.
You don't have, in a way, the same roster you've had in previous years where you've had some of the great plays. You have Derek Lowe, but he had to go back to Romania to play professionally. So I understand what you're saying about the effort because on paper, you're not the dominating team that you've been before, yet you guys have been undefeated. A few close wins, though. I imagine that actually would be helpful right now, knowing that your team has been through adversity and has succeeded.
Well, I always say that winning is a habit for me, and so is losing. And if you get in close ball games and you find a way to win, it doesn't matter how you win it. If you win, then you don't know what the taste of defeat is, and I hopefully won't have the taste of defeat tonight. I mean, these guys, Chosen Few is a good ball club. They've got a lot of veterans. They know how to play the game. If we play as well as we can play, I feel comfortable and confident.
Tell me, Artie, how do you feel about containing their size? What do you think you'll have to do?
Well, I've got Ricky Claiborne and Leaf Rodney and Patrick Matthews. Their size, they have Scott Cato. And if Cato can play against all three of my bigs, then God bless him because he's going to have to do a heck of a job. I'm more concerned about Kyle Pate and Jace Tavita, making sure those two guys don't get crazy and start shooting a lot of baskets.
You've got a player in action tonight we haven't seen in a while, but one of your great players from last year. We saw him early this season, Alkai Wong, flying in from Hilo for this game. Last year in the semifinal game, I believe it was, he had about 44, 45 points. Great addition to your team back in action tonight.
Well, I hope he comes in and plays as part of the team because that's one of the things that has been real good about this team for my Electricians is everybody has played. No one has cared about who's scoring. No one has cared about who's a high point man. I've had no attitudes all year. Alkai, he understands what Electricians mean and how to play. And if he plays solid, plays good defense, he'll be out there a lot.
Well, we'll wish you good luck, and we know the game's going to start in a few minutes. We'll get your opposing coach on here in just a second. Good luck, Artie. Hopefully we'll talk to you after the game. All right, thank you very much. Artie Wilson, the head coach for Electricians Hawaii, joining us, and the head coach for Chosen Few is going to come by in just a second. And it is Dave Patterson back here at the Summer League, and he will get set up and be joining us here in just a second. Dave, thanks for joining us, and your thoughts on tonight's game, the matchup against a team that is undefeated.
Well, I want you guys to know that I watched the broadcast. I've been sort of an absent coach because of my job, so I can't make it every game. But I had a little time to watch the broadcast, and it was good. It was like watching some film live, right? And the one thing I noticed, which I know you guys were pointing out, was our team has heart. We want to win this game. we have got to keep that attitude. The one thing that I did notice, though, is that we bunched up a little bit too much on offense. We got a little stagnant, so we got to keep moving. We can't just play that NBA style where you feed it to one guy and everyone stands around. That makes it too easy for the defense.
When you said you were watching our broadcast, I was waiting for the ultimate compliment on how great the broadcasts were. I'm sure that was coming up soon.
I'm a TV guy. I'm a TV producer. I was very impressed.
Okay, that is good. Now, your team doesn't have Bill Amos. He went back. Like a lot of teams, they're missing a key player here and there. How do you try to make up for that? You still got a couple of big. You still have Scott Cato has done a great job throughout the Summer League over the years. You got Kyle Pape, a very smart player, can score in really different areas of the court. And then you got Jace Tavita, who wasn't really known as a scorer at the University of Hawaii, but in the Summer League, boy, can he put it up.
Oh, absolutely. I really think that the key is we just got to play smart. You know, it's we're not talking about when we're playing in the NCAA season right now. And one thing about this league, if you start getting carried away with one-on-one basketball, doing your own thing, because you don't have a coach who can give you consequences the next day, whether it's at practice or the next game, the Summer League can turn a little bit too much into a little bit street ball. But the difference that we have with our guys, they played with each other for a long time. And John Lane talked about that in the last interview, about how he picks guys who he knows he's going to be here for the entire season. It is, Bill Amos is, he's huge to have, and it's a huge loss. But these guys have played very well with each other. We just keep sticking as a team, and that'll be the difference.
How do you feel, Coach, about playing a team that's undefeated?
Oh, I love playing. Well, first off, I love beating Artie's team, no matter what. So I like playing. They've got more pressure on them. The last 2 years, we won the league. And so we were the target. So we struggled in the playoff. This year, we didn't win the league, so we're not looked at as the team to win. So we'll be the surprise team in the playoffs.
Well, good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dave. Good luck. Hopefully we'll talk to you after the game. One of these coaches will be joining us after the game. As we are less than a minute away from tip-off, we will give you the starting lineups as they are announced. For Electricians Hawaii, we see once again Derby Enos in street clothes suffered an injury a few weeks ago and is unable to play. But again, all the University of Hawaii players who are playing for UH right now have decided to practice more with the team and on their off-season workouts. And Derby at least is here supporting his team, but will not play tonight. I think Alkai Wong coming back for Electricians Hawaii is a big boost. They have lacked that kind of a guy over the last few weeks.
Well, the question is going to be whether he can fit in because he has not played for 6 or 7 consecutive games. So hopefully, he'll be able to blend in with the other players and give them the added boost they need to play against a good chosen few team.
And we will get ready for the starting lineups, and they are coming out on the court in just a minute. Scott Cato wearing number 50 for chosen few, talking to the referees as the coaches are giving their final instructions. And we are just a minute away from tip-off for the second semifinal. A reminder, if you're thinking about coming down to watch in person on Saturday for the championship, we will be at a different location. We are at Manoa Rec now. We'll be at Marino School on Tony Solito Court Saturday night at 7. We'll have the game on Olelo, but if you got to come down and watch, that's where we will be on Saturday night. A lot more room for the fans. Usually get a great crowd for the championship game, so we'll have a lot more room. We're pretty full right now as well. As we see for chosen few, we mentioned Scott Cato coming out for the jump ball. Also, Jace Tavita, number 55. John Lane, number 20. And I know the numbers are different than in the roster here. Matt Ching, number 21, also starting. And Kyle Pape wearing number 42 for chosen few. Kai Wong starting for Electricians Hawaii. Also, Ricky Claiborne. Leaf Rodney, an HPU player, has done a really good job in these summer leagues. Kona Makala out of AOP, a great high school player. And Oscar Tedrozo out of Chaminade, current player at Chaminade, also in action for Electricians Hawaii. Rodney against Cato for the jump ball. HPU versus HPU. It is controlled by Claiborne. Gives it over to Makala. Nothing there, covered by Lane. Finds Rodney in the paint. Pulls it back out, covered by Jace Tavita. And the shot is short by Leaf Rodney. But they control the loose rebound. Over to Makala. And now Kai Wong has the ball up top for Electricians Hawaii. He'll drive in, covered by Ching, pulls up for the jumper. Nothing but net for Alkai Wong. Foot was on the line, so they'll call it a two-pointer for Alkai Wong out of UH Hilo. 2-0 Electricians. Just underway here. Second semifinal of the night. John Lane drives baseline, nothing there. Gives it out to DeVito, way up top near midcourt. Over to John Lane on the left wing. Looks for a screen from Kato. It is there, but nothing to go around with it. So he tried to find Kato cutting after the pick and roll. Kato wasn't expecting the pass, and the ball is recovered by Al-Kai Wong, who will go coast to coast for the layup for Electricians Hawaii.
Well, Al-Kai Wong starts off with 2 field goals, so I guess he's blended in pretty well.
So far, so good. Ching with the ball, thinks about a shot, but Rodney is all over him. Pulls it back over to Scott Kato, over to Jace Tavita. Kato setting another screen. Tavita now with a mismatch with Claiborne covering him. Gets it back out to Kyle Pate. Down low to Kato in the elbow. It is knocked away by McCullough. Claiborne picks up the loose ball. Over to McCullough, streaking on the right side. Finds a cutting player in Oscar Tidrozo out of Chaminade. We mentioned him, a current player there. Smart basket, good ball movement by Electricians Hawaii, and they now make it a 6-0 lead. And a chance at a 3-point play.
We don't have where Pedroza is from, do we?
We know he plays for Chaminade. I don't know where he's from before that.
I think he's a transfer into Chaminade, but I don't
know
where
he misses the
from.
free throw. Kyle Pape now with the ball for Chosen Few. They trail 6-0. Pape still with the ball. Nobody covering him now. He tried to get Kato in the pick and roll. Kato again not expecting the pass. That's 2 possessions in a row where they could have had the pick and roll, and Kato cutting to the basket but not expecting that. And that's understandable in this league. These players have not played together that often. We see on the bench for Chosen Few, Peter Polley played at Roosevelt. He is in street clothes tonight, a really good player, but he is on the bench but not in uniform tonight. Shot is off by Electricians Hawaii. Pape with the rebound for Chosen Few, down 6-0. Claiborne will foul Kyle Pape. A little bit of a switch there. Claiborne looking for the steal. It is not there. And that is the first foul for Electricians Hawaii. Tavita with the ball. Kato ready to set another screen. Tavita will go up for the 3. And it is good by Jace Tavita. We talked about him before the game, having 47 last week. Really been a great shooter in this league, and he continues tonight. Pedrosa with the ball, covered by Tavita. Al-Kai Wong tried to find McCullough down low, but is intercepted by Kato, who tried to save the ball out of bounds, crashes into the wall, and they say it is still out of bounds, so Electricians Hawaii will retain possession. 6-3, Electricians Hawaii, 17:36 left in the first half. Wong inbounding to McCullough. Fires up a 3. It's going to be short, and the rebound controlled by Kyle Pape. He looks to run. And tries to find Kato. He sets a screen, giving Pape the left lane, but they're going to call a foul on Kato, I think, sticking his hip out on that screen. Scott Kato loves to set screens more than score baskets in this league.
And also, they have 3 Division II, Division I officials for this game. So you can see the upgrade in the officiating for the last 2 games, and they're sure they're going to have a very good team of officials calling the playoff game. The championship game, I'm sorry, at Marinol.
Good point. Wong with the ball. Gives himself some room and drives into the lane over Kato, gets past him and throws in the layup, asking for a foul, but no call, but he makes the basket. 8-3, Electrician. John Lane with the ball, loses control. Tidrozo covering and knocks it away. Lane asking for the foul, nothing there. Now Pape with the ball, he'll drive in the lane, gives it over to Lane on the right side for a 3, and that'll be short. Rebound, Al-Kai Wong.
Al-Kai Wong is killing him. Al-Kai Wong is just killing him.
All-around good player on both offense and defense. Good passer, good shooter. McCullough gets the ball, drives in the lane, throws up a shot. It is no good, but he is fouled, and Kona McCullough will go to the line for 2. And that foul on Jace Tavita. 16:36 left in the first half. 8-3, Electricians Hawaii. McCullough's first free throw. Hits the back of the rim. Almost bounced in. As it hit the top of the backboard, no good. Great player at AOP in high school here. McCullough getting ready for a second free throw. And this one is nothing but net for Kona McCullough. 9-3 Electricians. Pape with the ball for Chosen Few. Screen is there again by Kato. Another pick and roll. This time Kato is looking for the pass. I guess the first 2 times he wasn't looking. Now he knows as soon as he sets that pick to look as he cuts to the basket and saw that pass and he gets fouled.
Yeah, he did not look the first couple times, but that time he did, and as a result, he got fouled when he got the ball.
Was he that kind of player for you playing at HBU? Like, he's a good scorer. He can score a lot. He's got strength, got good moves down low, but he looks really to pass and to set screens almost more than anything else.
Well, he was very aggressive. He was a very aggressive basketball player in all portions of the game. I mean, I don't care whether it was defense, offense, rebounding, picking. He was extremely aggressive, very physical, and he was not afraid of man or beast. So he was a great asset to the team when he played.
Actually a pretty quiet player, even though he's really physical. Has gotten into a couple of confrontations over the years, but he's not very vocal.
Well, you know, he was a MVP, All-State player for Colorado when they won a championship. He was just a good all-around player for me. I could always depend on him. He was dependable and, once again, very tough, and I think he exemplifies a typical Hawaii basketball player.
Reminds me a little bit of Charles Oakley in the way where he doesn't look to score, but he's so strong and physical and can do so many things well to help the team. As the Electricians makes another basket now, up 11-4. Kato made one of the 2 free throws. Tavita now with the ball, covered by McCullough. Finds Kato down low. He spins to the baseline. Shot is no good. And he was trying to get the rebound, but John Lane was in front of him, and they both lose the ball out of bounds over to Electricians White. 15:55 left in the half, and Dave Patterson will call a timeout for Chosen Few. They are down 11-4. Little over 4 minutes gone. It's a 30-second timeout. And again, now Kai Wong getting the quick start for Electricians Hawaii, getting those first 2 baskets. As we're watching some of the replays where Electricians Hawaii and Kai Wong getting one of those layups early on. And then we see Tedrozo converting as well. Kai Wong with the ball now on your replay screen. And just a real smart player. Didn't have any room, backed up a little bit, got more room, and then drove in the lane for an easy layup.
Now, I think in Pedroza and Ching, they really have Al-Kai Wong. They really have a very good tandem, as good as any 2 tandems there is in the league, as good as the broadest brothers. So I think that gives Artie a real good backcourt and a real good shooting backcourt. And with the big guys he's got up front, you know, that's why he's undefeated in the league. And I think this is easily one of his best coaching years since he's been in the league.
I agree with that because they've been always in the championship conversation or in that game, if not winning it. But he's had guys like Derek Lowe every year, Brandon Spearman, Zane Johnson, Maya Ostrowski. Doesn't have any of those players right now, although we hear that Maya Ostrowski, if they were to win tonight, will be playing in the championship game for Artie Wilson's team on Saturday. McCullough with the ball as we inbound. Covered by John Lane. 20 on the shot clock. McCullough pulls back for a 3. It will be short, and that ball will go off of Patrick Matthews, who has just checked into the game for Electricians Hawaii. Ricky Claiborne takes a seat. Same starters in for Chosen Few. Pay for the ball. Covered by Wong. Gives it over to John Lane. Tavita now gets the ball. Covered by McCullough. Over to Kato. Lane on the left side. Back over to Tavita. McCullough almost stole it. And Tavita thought he had an open player in Ching, but the ball is intercepted by Kai Wong. And Tedrozo tries a 3. It is short. Tavita controls the rebound. Pass midcourt. Over to Pate. Thinks about a 3. Pulls it back. Waits for the screen. Gets a little room there. And Pate about to pull up, but nothing there again. Gives it over to Kato. Over to Tavita. Gets a little screen. Jace Tavita will try a 3. That is off the front of the rim and off to the side. Matthews with the rebound. And we get Tedrozo cutting to the basket. Asked for the ball, got it, and he will be fouled. And Oscar Tedrozo will be going to the free throw line for 2 shots. 11-4, Electricians Hawaii. Kind of a low-scoring game early on. 14:47 left in the half. 2 shots for Tedrozo.
I'm waiting for a little outburst by Chosen Few, but so far they haven't been able to do that. And for the first time this week, including the last game and 2 games before that, Electricians Hawaii is playing at very adequate defense against their team.
And Artie Wilson has been through this before, and I'm sure he knows as much as you mentioned in the first game that teams don't play a lot of defense. I think a team that really keys on that has an advantage.
I do too. I agree with that.
Teams are going to score, but if you can slow a team down, get an extra possession of 2, keep them from getting an extra basket of 2, you're in a better position than the opponent, the other team. Tavita with the ball, drives to his left, ball's off of Kato. Checking into the game is Chris Crawford out of Campbell for Chosen Few. Matthew Ching in the corner, covered by Rodney. Pull up for a jumper. It is a 2 if it's good, but it's around the rim and out. And the ball's run by Drew Vienna with the rebound. In for Electricians Hawaii. Kai Wong now with the ball, covered by Ching. Nothing there, pulls it back out. Fires a long 3. They're going to call a foul. And that will be on Chosen Few's Matt Ching. And Kai Wong will go to the line for a 3. You don't want to foul a jump shooter. You definitely don't want to foul somebody on a 3-point shot. Kai Wong making the first. 10-point lead now, 14-4. James Davis now checking in. He's wearing number 35 tonight. James Davis checking in for Electricians Hawaii for Leaf Rodney. Kai Wong made the second, and now will make the third free throw. All 3 free throws for Wong. 16-4, and Wong with 9 of those points for Electricians Hawaii. Ryan Reyes in the game for Chosen Few. Gives the ball to Tavita. He'll drive the left lane. Little scoop shot is no good, but Jace Tavita will be fouled, and he will go to the line for 2. Ryan Reyes out of Farrington High School. 2 shots coming up for Jace Tavita. That was not his strength at UH, was shooting free throws.
Well, I think right there, if people were watching this, you see Jace going to the basket, and immediately weak side help. 2 weak side help guys jump in to play defense. Hasn't happened before.
Sure.
They usually let the guy go in and shoot a layup, and there's no defense being played. But there was defense being played there.
Tavita makes 1 out of 2, nothing but net on the second, and that will give them 11-point deficit for Chosen Few. They're still down 16-5. Matthews with the ball for Electricity. Gives it to Wong for a long 3. Hit the front of the rim. Ball is knocked out of bounds, and the referees are going to say it went off of Davis, and it'll be Chosen Few's ball. Tavita getting ready to inbound. As Kai Wong will take a little bit of a breather. Makala back in the game for Electricians. Tavita with the ball, covered by Kona Makala. Kato getting ready to set a screen. And Tavita, a little spin move, gives it over to Kato down low. Nothing there. Trying to find an open player. Finds Tavita. 12 in the shot clock. Tavita spins in the lane. And they're going to call a foul on Kona Makala. That was a little bit of kind of a quick whistle. I wasn't sure if I'd agree with that one, but Tadapo, closer than I am, makes the call. Inbounding the ball, Ryan Reyes for Chosen Few. Finds Crawford almost at midcourt. Crawford will drive into the left side. Throws up a left-handed shot and hits the backboard, no good. Kato with the rebound, puts it up, and they're going to call a foul on Electricians Hawaii. And Kato will go to the line for 2 after the missed putback.
Well, Kona Makala is going to have a hard time guarding Jace Tavita. There's a big size difference, weight difference, and knowledge difference between the both of them. And Jace Tavita is going to be hard for him to handle. As we see Scott make his first free throw.
Good free throw shooter. 16-6, 13 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first half here at the Noah Rec. Second semifinal. Winner will get Walt Strategy Partners Saturday night at 7 over at Marino Gym on Tony Solito Court. Second free throw is good. 16-7, 9-point lead for Electrician. Drew Vienna with the ball. McCollum now has it. Crosses midcourt, covered by Reyes. Drives into the lane, and there will be another foul. Seeing a lot of quick whistles here tonight in the second game. I just got the look from Tony Solito. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but
what it means is that now we are playing with quality officiating, which is much different. It's not a football game, it's a basketball game.
I agree. As long as they're consistent, though, neither team should have a reason to complain
I'm sure
about
they'll
that.
be consistent. He'll blow a whistle all night long because there's a lot of contact going on out there.
And there was on that play as Reyes cuts the
Absolutely.
lane, tried to find Crawford with the ball, but Reyes continuing without the ball. They'll call an offensive foul. Good call there. Electricians Hawaii will get the ball as they get a little bit of sweat off the court. 12:56 left in the first half. 16-7 lead. Still a really, to me, a low-scoring game. I mean, obviously for chosen few, but even Electricians Hawaii, not really on pace to get close to that 100 mark that we see fairly often in this league. But the main idea is to win by at least one, and right now they've got that 9-point lead. McCullough with the ball, covered by John Lane. Finds Drew Vienna, left elbow, covered by Crawford. Turns into the lane, and the ball is knocked loose. Leaf Rodney has the ball. Checking in the game for chosen few, Malia Labare, former volleyball player at the University of Hawaii. Matthews with a long three, that is short. Loose ball, controlled by Chris Crawford. He finds Tavita. He'll drive in, put up a shot, is partially blocked by Leaf Rodney. Chosen few retains possession. Kyle Pape with the ball up top. He'll push off, and that will be an offensive foul on Kyle Pape. Drove into the lane with his left hand, but the right hand elbow was stuck into the stomach of an Electricians Hawaii player. Good call by the refs. Okai Wong back in the game for Electricians Hawaii.
A comment I made in the last game, Tuesday's game, was that there's two positions in basketball. The guys that are playing on the court and the guys that are sitting on the bench. And what I meant by that is that you do have a good team on the floor, but you also, the team with the stronger bench, does a much better job. And I think tonight, there's no question, Electricians Hawaii's bench is much stronger than Chosen Few's bench.
Sure.
So when they make a substitution, you're going to see quality players come in and play for them.
And we've seen that so far. Kai Wong with the ball. Finds Drew Vienna on the left side, covered by Crawford. 12 on the shot clock. Screened by Davis. Get the ball now. James Davis passed the ball over to Vienna. Shot clock is down to 4. And the ball is knocked away by Ching.
Pull up and shoot.
Drives baseline. And they're going to call out Kai Wong for the foul. Good hustle by Ching. Matthew Ching, and good defense by Kai Wong preventing the layup there as we're watching the replay. And there was enough contact on the wrist. Kai Wong saying it should have been maybe a jump or a block, but called by the refs there as well. Ching at the free throw line for 2. Averaged 16.3 points a game this year for chosen few. First free throw is good. Only a 59% free throw shooter, but nice form on that one. First point of the night for Matthew Ching. Second free throw is good by Ching. 16-10. 16-9. Wong with the ball. Covered by Ching. Clearing it out on the left side. Wants to make a move down baseline. Nobody there to defend. Then Kai Wong goes in for the layup. It's no good. Rebound by Rodney is no good. Wong with a rebound off of that missed shot. He is fouled. And Kai Wong going to the free throw line for it too. Kai Wong is a really good outside shooter. He can score down low. He's also maybe a little deceptive. He's got a lot of strength as well. I really like his strength.
Well, he rebounded well on that play right there. And that's his first missed free throw. He made 3 in a row before.
Right. 16-9, 11:29 left in the first half. Kai Wong makes the second, 17-9, Electricians with the lead. John Lane bringing it up past midcourt, covered by Vienna. Gives it over to Tavita. McCullough on top of him. Mari comes in, but Tavita goes the other side. And I think they're going to call that basket good as Jace Tavita uses his body well to hold off the defender, gets the layup, and Tavita will go to the free throw line for 1.
I think that's a terrific example of good officiating. That was a foul by the defensive man, without a doubt. Even though at first glance you think, geez, that's an offensive foul. Not an offensive foul. It's a defensive foul.
Smart move by Tavita, creating space, and McCullough really had no choice on that.
Well, and his size is so overpowering.
Tavita misses another free throw. Both teams in the bonus already. We're not even halfway through the half. But they control the missed free throw. Tavita now with the ball. Drives in, and he will get fouled again. If I'm Electricians Hawaii and Artie Wilson does the games on TV with you for OC Sports, he's well aware of Jace Tavita's struggles at the free throw line. He's not really bothered by sending him to the line often.
Well, there's no sense you and I keep discussing this free throw thing because, you know, it's just something you got to practice. You don't practice, you're not going to be a good free throw shooter. I don't care what level, who you are, what you are, you're not going to be a good shooter if you don't practice. The other comment I wanted to make is that I want to get the names right now. Matthew Ching and Al-Kai Wong, to me, look like brothers. They look exactly the same.
That's a good point. You're right.
The only thing Wong has is more tattoos.
Now they're wearing different colored jerseys tonight, but they're covering each other. Ching right now on Al-Kai Wong. Tedroso back in the game. He's got the ball, drives in the lane. Shot is too strong, but Tedroso gets his own rebound. Al-Kai Wong now with the ball, goes past Ching. Nice pass. Nice pass down to James Davis. Down low, Al-Kai Wong with a beautiful assist. 19-13 Electricians. Paid for the ball. Covered by Wong. Now covered by Davis. Matthew Ching with the ball on the left side. Gives it back over to Tavita up top. Looking for a screen. Kato, though, backs down low. Now Tavita just pulls up for the three over Vienna. Nothing but net for Jace Tavita. Maybe his free throw should just be three-point attempts. We'll have a better chance. Quickly down court is Electricians Hawaii. Rodney with a quick shot. It is off. Loose ball controlled by Matthew Ching. Three-point lead for Electricians. Ching waiting for some teammates to come down. Now he gets it to John Lane. Lane will pull up for a three. That hits the front of the rim. Gets another bounce, but is off. Leaves Rodney with the ball to Drew Vienna. Drew Vienna passes midcourt, covered by Tavita. And we're going to have a timeout from Artie Wilson on Electricians Hawaii.
Remember, three-point shot was taken too quick. It's not a good shot unless it goes in. So you should have some of your very, very good three-point shooters shooting the bulk of your three-point shots. I mean, that's their job. That's what a coach or a school recruits a player for, is because he's an excellent three-point shooter. So that's his job. I mean, that's just like a regular job, like you're a mailman, a truck driver, a three-point shooter. So, I mean, that shot has got to be made. It's a very important shot in basketball, and you got specialists to do it.
And we're seeing some of the replays right now, baskets by both teams, and some teams are real quick to take those threes. But we're seeing a few times Al-Kai Wong in one of those replays where he thought twice and actually brought the ball in the paint and converted the layup. Other guys, again, they're making them their good shot, but some guys I think will shoot a little too freely with those threes and maybe looking for a guy to get an open look. As we see Jace Tavita pulling up, of course, that three is made, and he's had a lot of them.
You know, and sometimes, you know, guys get, what happens is a guy will shoot a three-pointer, he'll make it, he'll shoot another three-pointer and make it. For the rest of the game, he shoots 3 points all the time.
Right.
Whether they go in or not, which is not a good thing.
They get a little greedy and overconfident.
That's true.
James Davis with the ball for Electricity, drives baseline. Lane covering him. Basket is good. John Lane saying, I didn't foul him, but Ryan Wells, the official, is saying, yes, you did. Foul will be on John Lane. Davis with a conversion on that basket, and he will go to the line for two. And that's James Davis, number 35. In some of the roster that we have, the numbers have been switched.
And James plays where? Where does he play his college ball, did they say?
I will try to find that out. They have him at Prince George Community College. Looking to make it a three-point play, and he does. 22-16 Electricians Hawaii, 9:40 left in the half. I don't remember too many games where both teams were in the bonus before the half is even halfway over, but that's what we've got tonight. Talked about calling a lot of fouls, and that's the reason why. Paid for the ball, covered by Drew Vienna. Goes on the right side, passes it off with Crawford back in the game. Court chosen few over to Jace Tavita. Covered by Al-Kai Wong. Kato with another screen. Tavita now triple team, but he finds Kato cutting to the basket. Smart pass by Jace Tavita. As he went around the pick, he could see double teams and a triple team coming, but Kato saw that. He cut to the basket, got the ball in the basket, and now we'll go to the free throw line.
Well, that's the result of two very experienced players. You know, they read really well. And as the playoffs go on, you see better and better play because you see the better teams winning all the time and playing better.
Jace Tavita, point guard for a Division I team at University of Hawaii, is smart enough to realize when those double teams come to you, look for the open guy. So perfect teamwork by both players.
And
there.
what you see also is Jace Tavita guarding Pedroza. So Pedroza isn't going to run off for 30 points tonight. Not with Jace Tavita guarding him.
Free throw was good, so we're back to a 3-point lead. As Tedroso with the ball loses it, but they will call a foul on chosen few.
Which was a
And
foul.
that is on Jace Tavita, that foul. Tavita with 2 fouls on the evening. Both teams, the double bonus. Shooting 2 free throws for the rest of the half. Tedroso at the free throw line with a 3-point lead with Electricians Hawaii. First shot hits the back of the rim and is out for Oscar Tedroso, playing at Chaminade. He is averaging 19.2 points in the Summer League. 82% free throw shooter as he makes the second. 23-19 Electricians. Chris Crawford with the ball out of Campbell. Kind of interesting why that he is covered by Leaf Rodney right now. I'm not sure if that's the plan for Artie Wilson. Lane now with the ball in the right corner. Looks baseline, nothing there. Covered by Tedroso, pulls back, and John Lane's shot is in and out. Around the rim, Al-Kai Wong has the ball, looking to run. Dribbles behind his back, between the legs. Still has the ball behind the back again. Drives into the lane with his left hand, throws up a right-handed layup. It is no good. But Davis with the rebound. That shot is no good. But Leaf Rodney there to put it back in for Electricians Hawaii. 25-19. Pay for the ball, finds John Lane cutting, but he pulls it out to Tavita. He'll drive baseline now, and he'll be fouled by Leaf Rodney. And that'll be 2 shots for Jace Tavita at the free throw line. And I'm not sure, again, if Artie Wilson is telling his players to foul Tavita every time he gets the ball off, but he's going to the free throw line a lot. 8:21 left in the half. And nothing but net for Jace Tavita. It's like he's been working on his free throw. I know that's 3 made.
What do we have?
I believe
for
he's 3
Jace?
out of 5.
Yeah, 3 out of 5.
Tavita for free throw number 2. That is off. Kato had the ball and lost it to a couple of players. Drew Vienna had it, gets it to Al-Kai Wong for Electrician. Covered by Crawford, spin move by Wong in the lane. Ball's around the rim and out. Rodney with the offensive rebound, that is no good. Davis has the ball, he will travel. Davis made a little bit of a spin move going to his left. And I know Davis is complaining. Good hustle on his part to get the rebound, but I believe he did travel there. And we're gonna have another timeout. Both of these coaches I know very well, and I believe they will use every one of their timeouts. They know you can't take them home with you. And they are out into the game. So Dave Patterson calling a timeout for chosen few. They trailed 25-20, 8:05 left in the first half here at Manoa Rec. Gary Dickman along with Tony Solito. Officer Frank keeping our stats. Ben Benjamin helping out in any way possible. Doing a great job. John and the gang in the truck doing a great job for the Level TV. We thank the entire staff and crew here doing a great job bringing you these broadcasts here from Manoa Rec. Again, Saturday night's game, different location, same channel, but we will be at Marino School on Tony Solito Court. 7 o'clock will be the broadcast. And for those of you watching the games and watching the first game with Rashawn Broadus having a great game, he will be on our Sports Animal show tomorrow talking about tonight's game and Saturday's championship. He'll be on at 4:30 tomorrow from Wealth Strategy Partners, their leading scorer, Rashawn Broadus, with us. And we thank Ben for arranging that interview. John Lane with the ball. Covered by Tedroso, nothing there. Gives it back out to Kato. Kato covered by Davis. Back over to Pape on the right side. He drives in, loses the ball, and Electricians Hawaii, Davis with a steal. Now Al-Kai Wong has the ball. He'll go in for the little shot. They're going to call an offensive on Al-Kai Wong. And John Lane was fortunate because even though he stood his ground, he actually looked, thinking the pass was going to go the other side of the basket, so turned away from Al-Kai Wong. And didn't realize that Al-Kai Wong was about to initiate that contact, but he was had his feet planted, so good call by the refs there as we're watching some of the replays. 7:42 left in the half, 5-point lead for Electricians, 25-20. Kyle Pate still scoreless tonight. He has a 3 rebounds, but he has not scored. A little surprising there. But again, their team only has 20, a fairly low-scoring game from what we anticipated. Tavita with the ball, covered by Vienna. Screen coming up from Kato. Tavita goes left. Nothing there, now covered by Davis. Drives in the left. Over to the left corner for Chris Crawford for the long 3. Front of the rim and short. Wong with the rebound. Wong will pull up for the long 3, and that is off. Ball is knocked loose. Cotto controls it over to John Lane, looking to run. Finds Chris Crawford, pulls it back out to Tavita, thinks about a three, but drives in. Little scoop shot is short, and the ball will go out of bounds. Chosen Few will keep the ball. As Kona McCullough will be checking into the game number 34 for Electricians Hawaii. Al Wong getting a little bit of a breather. Also, Patrick Matthews coming in for James Davis. .7:02 left in this first half. Crawford about to inbound as Ricky Claiborne comes back in the game for Leaf Rodney. Claiborne number 42. Pate gets the ball, drives baseline, nothing there. Out up top to Tavita. Thinks about a three, then holds on to the ball. Claiborne all over him. Tavita will drive in the lane. Scoop layup is good for Jace Tavita. 3-point lead for Electricians Hawaii. Pedrosa with the ball, covered by Tavita. Up top to Vienna. Screen coming up by Claiborne. And he pick and roll is successful. Claiborne gets the ball, puts up the shot though, and that is not successful. Loose ball almost out of bounds, controlled by Chosen Few. John Lane with the ball, over to Pape. Pape covered by Claiborne. Pulls up for a long three, and Kyle Pape is off of the shot. Still has not scored tonight, but the rebound is controlled by Chris Crawford, who puts it up and in. 1-point lead for Electricians Hawaii. McCullough with the ball, covered by John Lane. Pull-up jumper, a little fadeaway is good by Kona McCullough. Nice shot for a fadeaway and really elevating himself to get that shot off. Great athleticism by McCullough. 3-point lead, 27-24 for Electricians. Tavita now with the ball. Screen coming up. Tavita gets the mismatch now with Matthews on him. Ball is knocked loose. Pape gets the ball, drives in, puts up a one-handed shot, no good. Matthews with the rebound, over to Vienna. Tedrosa with the ball, he'll drive in the lane, and he will be fouled. And the basket goes like the foul is going to be on Chris Crawford. Tedrosa with the layup and the foul, makes the basket, and will go to the line for one. 29-24 Electricians Hawaii. Tony, you and I have been up here basically every game of the Summer League. We have seen Electricians Hawaii win every game, but we've seen them with a lot of close games where games that could have gone either way. We saw a last-second putback last week where it was could have gone either way on that putback, could have gone to overtime, but they gave the basket to Leaf Rodney. Some controversial win, but they have remained undefeated. But a lot of close wins for them. Ricky Claiborne with the ball, driving on Cotto, and they're going to call Cotto for that foul. Got him with the body. Cotto not exactly happy, saying, what else could I have done?
Well, falling down doesn't mean you caused an offensive foul.
And we're watching the replay, and his feet were still moving. So good call by the refs again. Well, Cotto with a nice smile on his face. Claiborne at the line. First shot is no good. Both teams on the double bonus. 5:21 left in the half. Maulia Labare coming in, number 44 for Chosen Few. Really good volleyball player at the University of Hawaii. Played at Roosevelt High School. Claiborne's second free throw is good. 30-24. 6-point lead for Electricians. Pape with the ball. Covered by Vienna. Pape goes in the left side, and he will be fouled. Kyle Pape will go to the line for two. Believe that will be on Ricky Claiborne. 2 shots for Kyle Pape, looking to get his first points of the night. 5:09 left in the half.
Well, you will not see too many fouls committed that aren't called with this officiating crew. Once again, very good.
Sure. First free throw is good. First point of the night for Kyle Pape. Outstanding player at Iolani. Played college ball, Colorado School of Mines. Pape makes the second free throw. If he missed, I think that would have been a violation on Electricians. Does it matter?
I agree.
4-point lead for Electricians, 30-26. Vienna with the ball, covered by Crawford. Claiborne at the free throw line, drives in, nobody there, and Ricky Claiborne with a nice first step.
No, there was somebody there. They just didn't play defense. Come on, stop it.
Blaine with the ball, covered by Tedroso. Spin move, nowhere to go. And they're going to call a foul on Oscar Tedroso. That was close to being a travel for John Lane as well. And that's what Oscar Tedroso was saying as we are watching the replay. Yeah, I thought that was closer to a walk. But Lane will be at the line for 2. John Lane looking for his points of the evening. I think he's got to be in the Summer League maybe more than anybody else currently playing. Maybe he and Leon Ballard have been playing the longest. And it's got to be close to 15 years plus.
Oh, it's 15 years plus for sure.
I was being generous. I don't want to say 20 and make him seem old. Good player, though. Makes 1 out of 2. Matthews with the rebound. Over to McCullough. Drew Vienna with the ball. Covered by Crawford. Finds Claiborne cutting to the basket. And another quick whistle. Labari saying, what did I do? But they're going to call him for the foul.
He put 2 hands on a player.
Again, both teams in the double bonus. Claiborne will go to the line for 2. (32-27) Electricians Hawaii. 4:37 left in the first half. Claiborne's first free throw is good. He averages 13.7 in the Summer League. And for tonight, that is his 3rd point. All on free throws. And the ball is out of bounds. Chosen few will have the ball. Pape inbounding. And Ryan Reyes back in the game for chosen few, as Kato will take a rest. Reyes with the ball out of Farrington High School. Gives it over to Crawford out of Campbell. Labari with the ball. Over to Pape. A little bit of a mismatch there. And now, nice pass by Kyle Pape as he gets to the Crawford underneath the basket. Crawford converts, 4-point lead for Electrician. Matthews with the ball. Finds Claiborne down low. Double team is there. He throws it out to Tedroso in the left corner. He'll drive in. Basket is good for Oscar Tedroso, and he'll get a call his way as he will go to the line to try to make it a 3-point play. That foul on Kyle Pape. And a few more substitutions. 4:04 left in the first half. 6-point lead, 35-29. Electricians Hawaii. Jace Tavita coming into the game for Labari. Oscar Pedroso averaging 19.2 a game. Pape with the ball. Down by 7 over to John Lane. Back to DeVita. DeVita drives in the lane, loses the ball. McCullough picks it up. Gives it over for Pedroso. And he loses the ball, going up for a 3, and the ball just fell out of his hand. Pape picks it up. He'll go in for a layup, and it is good for Kyle Pape.
Nice play by Kyle right there. Nice shot. Under duress.
36-31. Tavita complaining about a little contact. And he's still talking to the refs. And we've got Patrick Matthews driving in. And they're going to call the offensive on Patrick Matthews. Players aren't in his agreement with the refs as you and I are, Tony, with some of these calls. I was watching the replay. Matthews goes in. I think he stuck out that left elbow, and that was the reason for the call.
Well, because the officials call a tighter game now because, like I said before, you're talking about excellent officiating. And they're not used to that.
Right. But again, as long as they're consistent, I think both teams should be okay. But individual players are not happy with some of the calls, but that's always the case. Vienna has the ball for Electrician. Less than 3 minutes left in the half. McCullough has the ball almost taken away, but John Lane will commit the foul. No argument from anybody on that one. 2 shots coming up for Coda McCullough. 36-31, 5-point lead. .255 left in the half. First free throw is good for Coda McCullough. He's averaging 12.4 points a game in the Summer League. 54% free throw shooter. Second free throw is up. Nope. And a little too strong, no good. Reyes with a rebound for chosen few. Covered by Leaf Rodney. Crawford now in the left corner. He'll fire up a 3. Air ball. Pedroza with the rebound. 6-point lead for Artie Wilson's Electricians Hawaii. Drew Vienna with the ball. James Davis gets the ball back in the game. Looking for McCall, but nothing there. Still looking for him down low. Finally gets him in the corner. Posting up on John Lane. Pump fake, goes up, and the shot is no good by Kona McCalla. Loose ball is out of bounds. Chosen few will keep the ball. 2:19 left in the half. 6-point lead for Electricians Hawaii. Winner will play in the championship game Saturday night at 7 against World Strategy Partners. Kyle Pape with the ball. Looking for a screen from Tavita. He'll get it. Goes into the lane. Try into the lane. McCalla comes late. Swiped at it, but missed. Nice basket there for Chosen Few. Vienna has the ball. 4-point lead. Gives it over to Kona McCalla. Another screen coming up from Davis, but then he backs off. Davis gets the ball down low. Triple team. Ball is knocked out. No foul called. Tavita picks it up and advances past midcourt. Finds Kyle Pape. Open, but goes into the lane. Tries the layup, and it is good by Kyle Pape. Pape was scoreless for a while, but has really come on strong here now with 8 points over the last few minutes. And now it is down to a 2-point lead for Electricians Hawaii. 1:32 left in the half, 37-35. And with the lead coming down to 2, Kai Wong quickly into the game for Electricians Hawaii. He will replace Oscar Pedroza. Drew Vienna with the ball for Electricians. Covered by Crawford. Over the top pass to Wong, down low, covered by Reyes. Muscles in and gets the bank shot to fall for Kai Wong. Gives the lead back up to 4 points. Jace Tavita with the ball for Chosen Few. Davis getting ready to cover him. Nobody moving for Chosen Few. Tavita just standing back. Now drives into the lane. Finds John Lane on the left side. Back to Tavita. Tries to muscle in for a basket. Draws the foul. Jace Tavita going back to the free throw line. 2 shots for Tavita. Less than a minute left now at 59.2 left in the first half. 4-point lead for the Electricians Hawaii. And I'm really curious to see what these teams will do at halftime. It looks like this, and I've said this before, where this game right now with this pace and with this score looks like it'll come down to the last 2 minutes. I don't see either of the teams pulling away from the other. Electricians Hawaii had that early lead up by 9 and 10, but weren't able to maintain that. First free throw is no good. Second free throw is no good. 4-point lead, Electricians Hawaii. McCullough with the ball. Thought they might go for a 2-for-1 with the shot clock, but they are not. 41 seconds left in the half, 10 on the shot clock for Electricians Hawaii. Wong loses the ball, Lane pulls it up, and 2-on-1 break finds Crawford, who is a left-handed shooter, uses the right hand and converts. Nice shot by Chris Crawford. 39-37 Electrician. Wong with the ball, trying to get a fast break to work, and it does. Kai Wong gets the layup. 4-point game, Electricians Hawaii, 20 seconds left in the half. And it looks like Chosen Few is going to pull it back for one last shot. Shot clock is off. Tavita now with the ball. 11 on the game clock, covered by McCullough. 8 seconds. Tavita with the ball. Spin move into the lane. Throws up a bank shot. It was no good. Knocked out loose. Pape had it for a second as we hear the buzzer for halftime. And we have got a very close game here. The Electricians Hawaii will go into the half with a 4-point lead, 41-37. And again, a really good game, exciting, and really looking forward for the second half. Tony, as the coach, what adjustments do you make? What do you tell your team? First, if you're Artie Wilson, you've got the 4-point lead. You've been able to maintain the lead, but Chosen Few has continuously come back in this game.
Well, obviously they're evenly matched team. It looks like they're an evenly matched team. They're evenly matched in firepower, and they're evenly matched in knowledge of the game of basketball. I think it's going to come down to the wire, and quite possibly the team that's in the best condition is going to win the game. They're both very, very good, and I think this winner is going to have a heck of a game Saturday night at Marino.
I agree with that. Now, we talked about the fouls being an issue early on, both teams in the bonus, or the double bonus, midway through the first half. When I look at the fouls to see if that will be a concern in the second half, for chosen few, John Lane has 3, Matthew Cheng has 3. When you go over to Electricians Hawaii, they've got Kona McCullough with 3, and also Oscar Pedroso with 3. That is it for them. We'll see if that is an issue. Right now, not really, but it could be the way the referees are calling this game.
Now, do we have a count of the 3-point shots that have been taken and made?
I don't believe that. I'm not sure if Frank will be able to figure that out, but as far as 3-pointers for both teams, we'll see if we can get that figure. Obviously, a lot taken on both teams. We'll see if we can get the shooting percentages if that is out there, but not quite right now. As far as the scoring leaders, for Electricians Hawaii, Alkai Wong with 14. He had the first 4 points of the game, and then Oscar Pedroso with 12. When we go over to chosen few, Jace Tavita with 14. We talked about him before the game and doing a good job. He's not hitting his free throws. I believe he's 3 of 8 right now, which is kind of what he did at UH, but he's hitting his jump shots and his layups.
Yeah, so it's nothing surprising. The players we think are good players are playing well. And I think that's what we'll see throughout this game and Saturday night for sure.
Well, we're going to take a quick break here. We're going to get ready for the second half. So like an exciting finish here. The winner will go to the championship on Saturday at 7 against World Strategy Partners. That game at Maryknoll Gym. We'll look forward to that. Tony and I will be back in just a minute, getting ready for the second half here on Olelo TV. Getting ready for the second half to start here at Manoa Rec Center. Gary Dickman here along with Tony Solito as we are in the second semifinal of the evening. Electricians Hawaii with that 4-point lead, 41-37 over Chosen Few. Winner will play World Strategy Partners Saturday at 7 p.m. over at Maryknoll. Kato gets the ball down low from John Lane. He will get fouled as he goes up for the basket to start the second half. And this is a game that's been really close throughout, except for the first 2 or 3 minutes where Electricians Hawaii built up that 9-point lead. But they weren't able to expand on that, and Chosen Few has chipped away and basically stayed within 3 to 6 points almost the entire last 7 or 8 minutes. First free throw, no good.
They haven't caught him yet, but they seem to be just chipping away and chipping away. Yeah?
Definitely a game that looks like it's going to be up for grabs, and both teams will definitely have some good shots down the stretch. Kato misses both free throws, and we talk about that fairly often in the first game, about missed free throws adding up and hurting team. McCullough with the ball, little stutter step, drives in. McCullough with the basket, and he is fouled going to the line for having a chance at a 3-point play.
And Jace Tavita missed his 2 free throws, and that was 4 free throws they missed in a row, and it would have been a tie game if they had hit him.
I was talking at halftime to Todd Apo, one of the referees here, and I go, good game. You guys are calling a lot of fouls. And he said, no, they're committing a lot of fouls.
What?
I said, they're calling a lot of fouls. He said, no, they're committing a lot of fouls. Good point.
Yeah, they are. There's no question about it.
And they are calling it tight, but they are consistent. Pape with the ball for Chosen Few. Over to Ching. He'll try a 3. Nothing but net for Matthew Ching. Now a 4-point game, 44-40, the Electricians. McCullough going to try a 3. That is short. Claiborne with the rebound. He goes up, shot is blocked. Ching gets the ball for Chosen Few, looking to run. Waiting for his teammates now. Gives it over to Pape. He'll drive in with a left-handed shot. Switching to the right hand. No good, but he gets his own rebound. Behind the back pass is Kato for the putback. Good shot by Kato. Great pass by Kyle Pape. No look pass behind him. 2-point game. Alkai Wong with the ball. Over to McCullough. Back to Wong. Pedroza with the ball. He drives in the lane, loses the ball, but gets it over to Leaf Rodney. Over to Claiborne with a left-handed shot. No good, but the putback by Kona McCullough is good, making it a 4-point game. Referee's below the whistle. I think there's a little bit of there's a little bit of sweat on the court, I believe. As Artie Wilson walks all the way out to make sure it is cleaned up. 18:32 left in the second half here. As we watch Claiborne's nice shot, but a little off with his left hand, but the putback by McCullough. And we see that John Lane.
John Lane's out on the floor, and he's getting a lot of playing time. And they have a couple really good guards sitting on the bench, I think. The Reyes young man and
well, we've seen Crawford and Reyes both on the bench play throughout, but yeah, John Lane is getting a lot of playing time. We talked about him being the veteran of this league in the first half. Ching drives baseline, nothing there. Back out to Tavita, he'll try a three. It's the side of the rim and over the backboard, out of bounds for Jace Tavita. John Lane, 1 point. He has 4 fouls, though, as well. So that's got to be a concern if you're Dave Patterson. Pedroza with the ball. Tries to get McCullough, but Lane was fronting him. Good defense by John Lane. Gets the steal. Gives it over to Ching, covered by Claiborne. Turns around, thinks about a three. Drives in a couple of steps, nothing there. Over to Kato about the free throw line. Put a 2 and back. 14 on the shot clock. Back to Ching, over to Tavita up top. 10 on the shot clock. Covered by Rodney. Takes a few steps, nothing there. But it's been Kato with the ball with 5 on the shot clock. Kato converts from 10 feet. McCullough now with the ball. 2-point lead for Electricians. Chosen Few has not tied this game at all. Pedroza with the shot. It is short. John Lane with the rebound. Gives it over to Ching. He'll try a three, and that is good. And I said they haven't tied it up. Now Chosen Few has gotten their first lead of the night. 47-46 off the three by Matt Ching, and they lead by 1.
I think Ching and Wong should stay on the floor all the time for both teams. I think they're outstanding
Both
players.
teams might have to, the way this game is going. As Wong gets the ball, comes right back, makes the basket. They're going to call it good. And yes, they are. And the free throw coming up for Alkai Wong. So you talked about Ching with his three-point play. Now Wong coming back. Your 2 favorite players, and both converting right now. We'll see if Alkai Wong can convert and make it a 3-point play. 1-point lead for Electricians.
And I like that they're both excellent free throw shooters. I'm not jinxing him. He's a good free throw shooter.
Ryan Reyes comes in for Matthew Ching. You said he should stay on the court the whole game, while Dave Patterson takes him out for a little bit of a breather. And that is 4 fouls on Matthew Ching. So now fouls are confirmed for Chosen Few. 2 players with 4 fouls. Free throw is good by Alkai Wong. Converts to 3-point play. Ooh. He has got 17 points on the night. 2-point lead for Electricians. Tavita with the ball. Reyes drives baseline, pulls it back out. Kato out by the 3-point line. Nothing there. Gives it over to Lane. 6 on the shot clock. Covered by Claiborne. Kato with the ball. 3 on the shot clock. Turnaround jumper is no good by Kato. Wong now with the ball for Electricians. Pedroza with the ball. Back out to McCullough. He'll try a three. Good shot, and the three is good by Kona McCullough. Extending the lead to 5, 52-47. They were just trailing for the first time all night, Electricians Hawaii, and they have scored 6 in a row. Pape with the ball now. Covered by McCullough. Screen is set. Shot is up, and it is off the rim. Rodney with the rebound. 16 minutes left in the second half. Pedroza will try a three. That is good. Oscar Pedroza, just like that, as Dave Patterson calls timeout. They had a lead of 1 and 9 points in a row for Electricians Hawaii, all on 3-point plays. And they now have an 8-point lead, 55-47. I was a little surprised at this run in that chosen few, as we said, Tony, was chipping away. Then they got the lead. And within a minute or two, Electricians Hawaii woke up and went on a 9-0 run.
Yeah, I think what you saw right there was an explosion of threes by Electrician Hawaii. And as I've always said, you know, when you hit those threes, they're the most exciting shot in basketball, without a doubt. Problem is when you miss them, you kind of put your team in a real defensive problem, give them a defensive problem because you're very susceptible to the fast break. So Electricians hit their threes and chosen few did not, and this is the result. They come back and take.
You talk about defense, that there's not enough of it, and we saw Electricians Hawaii trying to employ their defense earlier. Chosen few has got to step it up. As I'm not sure what that whistle was. And still not sure what that whistle was. Looks like one team, chosen few, had 6 guys on the court, which I thought was a technical. Apparently it's just something where you tell the team to get rid of one of those players. Chosen few with the ball, Lane with the ball, scoop layup with the left hand is good. As we've been saying, the refs have been calling everything tonight. With 6 guys on the court, they let that go. Rodney with the ball after a quick pass, and the basket is good, and a foul on Kyle Pate. That was kind of bizarre. Seeing 6 guys on the court is bizarre. Seeing the refs say to get rid of one of those guys was even more bizarre.
Well, there were 6 guys on the court. He blew the whistle, and then they took the guy off, and then they gave the same team the ball out of bounds. That was bizarre.
No tech in this league.
No tech.
Although Artie Wilson has gotten his share of technicals over the years. I think he's the only coach I've seen get a technical in this league.
I think he's been coaching for 25 years. That's
Probably
what they
so.
said. Yeah.
Rodney converts a free throw after the made basket. 58-49, back up to a 9-point lead for Electricians Hawaii. 15:26 left in the half. Pape with the ball, goes around a screen. Covered now by Claiborne. Drives into the lane. Left hand, uses the left hand, but shoots with the right on his way up and converts. Nice basket by Kyle Pate. 58-51, Electricians. Alkai Wong with the ball, covered by Tavita. Over to Pedroso. McCullough now. Long 3 by Kona McCullough. In and out. Wow. Halfway down and comes out for Kona McCullough. He was way out there in that shot. Pate with the ball. Gives it over to John Lane on the left wing. Covered by Pedroso. Lane throws up a 3. That hits the front of the rim. It's short. Wong with the rebound. He looks to run. Goes all the way down court. Spin move. Fires up the shot. Hits the back of the rim. John Lane gets the easy rebound just standing there. Pate now with the ball. Down by 7. Looking for a screen. Kato will be glad to help out. And he goes around the screen, and Pape converts a left-handed layup. Good work by Scott Kato, just setting that screen and giving Pape the area, the room to go around for the left-handed layup. 58-53. McCall over to Pedroso. Down low to Leaf Rodney. Drives baseline against Crawford. Nothing there. Tippin is no good. And Kato with the rebound. Over to Chris Crawford. Tavita now with the ball. Waiting for his teammates. Now drives in the lane. And the shot is blocked by Leaf Rodney. Alkai Wong looks to run. Gives it to the corner for the Pedroso from Chaminade. 3-pointer is no good. Loose ball is controlled by McCullough. He drives back in, but gives it out to Wong. He'll try a 3. That is no good. And John Lane with the rebound. 13:36 left in the second half. Tavita with the ball. Drives baseline after a little fake. Right-handed shot on the left side is no good. Wong, again, after every rebound, really looks to run. He'll throw up a shot. It is no good, but Alkai Wong is fouled, and he will go to the free throw line. Foul on John Lane. I believe that's his 5th. As John Lane knows with 5 fouls, I'm out of here for a while.
Well, what we just saw now in the last 2 minutes of play right there, a minute and a half, is a 3-point shooting contest.
Sure.
People taking a 3-point shot that I don't particularly think they should have taken. So Electricians Hawaii comes back and takes the lead on 3-point shots.
And we saw where Chosen Few got that 9-point deficit down to 5, where it is right now. It's the first free throw was missed by Wong, but maybe a couple better possession or 2, a better shot selection would have gotten even closer as Wong convert the second free throw.
Yeah, no question. I agree with that.
John Lane now with 5 fouls, and we'll see how long he will sit on the bench. Pape with the ball for Chosen Few. They're down by 6. 59-53. Pape A little fake drive to the left, makes the basket. Nice move by Kyle Pate. Driving to the left side and releases it with his right hand, converts, and is fouled. Kyle Pate to the free throw line to try to make it a three-point play. And we're watching the replay right now. Kyle Pate's done that a few times, driving the left side and shooting with the right hand. And you would think that wouldn't be the best angle, but he's been able to convert and has drawn fouls as well. Kyle Pate with 14 points, and he was scoreless almost the entire first half and has really been on a nice run. 3 rebounds and 3 assists for Pate. Pate makes the first free throw, and it is a three-point play, and now they trail by 3. 59-56, 13-12 left in the second half. The Electricians Hawaii with the lead. They've had the lead for all but about 20 seconds tonight in this game. Pedroso has the ball, way outside, covered by Tavita. Looking for Vienna, going to post up Crawford by the elbow. Nothing there, gives out to Claiborne. He'll try a 3, and that is good. Ricky Claiborne with a 3-pointer. Doubling the lead from 3 to 6 for Electricians Hawaii. For Claiborne, that is his 7th point of the night. Crawford drives baseline, nothing there, pulls it back out. Looking for a teammate, finds Ching, who's checked back in. Loses the ball out of bounds, but they're going to say it was knocked off of Rodney. And Chosen Few will keep the ball. 12:34 left in the second half. Chosen Few inbounding with Matthew Ching. Shot clock is at 17. Gives it to Kato, who gives it to Tavita. Drives baseline. They call a walk on Tavita. Tavita's lucky that wasn't a foul because he stuck out his arm as he drove. He really had nowhere to go, which is kind of why he traveled, but also sticking out the arm on there.
Tavita was very fortunate on that possession.
Yeah, he stuck his left arm right into the stomach there of Claiborne. Electricians Hawaii with the ball. Oscar Pedroso bringing the ball up past midcourt. Up by 6, 62-56. Drew Vienna with the ball down low. Claiborne at the free throw line, takes a few steps, tries to find some room going up for the shot. He is fouled, and Ricky Claiborne just hit a 3, will go to the free throw line for 2. John Lane with 5 fouls for Chosen Few. He's been on the bench for a little while. Also for Chosen Few, they've got Matthew Ching with 4 fouls. For Electricians Hawaii, a couple of players with 3, and that is it, as Claiborne misses the first free throw. 6 fouls and you're out in the NCAA Summer League. Claiborne's second free throw is around the rim and out as well. Pape with the rebound. Over to Tavita, trailing by 6. Screen coming up by Kato. Tavita drives in the lane. Right-handed shot is no good. Kato getting the rebound, loses it for a second. Double team, but he still has the ball, gives it over to Ching. He gives it back out to Pape, who will fire up a 3. Hits the front of the rim. Ching with the rebound. Tavita now with a 3 from the left corner. It hits the rim and is out. Rodney with a strong rebound. Over to Alkai Wong. Alkai Wong waiting for his teammates to advance. Alkai Wong gives it over to Pedroso. Down low to Vienna. Put it back in on Crawford. And he tried to give it to Leaf Rodney. Leaf Rodney was cutting in the lane to get a pass. Vienna saw where he was standing outside the free throw line, but that's where he threw it. It goes out of bounds off of Electricians Hawaii. Chosen Few down by 6, 62-56. 11:30 left in the second half. Kyle Pape with the ball, covered by Drew Vienna. Switch on defense as the ball is missed. The shot is off. A loose ball. And we've got a loose ball controlled by the volleyball player, Maria Lavare, with the offensive rebound and the dunk for Chosen Few. Good hustle there. Wong with the ball. Back outside to Matthews. Over to Alkai Wong. 13 on the shot clock. Wong pulls up for a 3. Wow, nothing but net for Alkai Wong as he hits the ground as well. Tough shot. 7-point lead now for Electricians Hawaii. Wong now with 21 points on the night. And they're going to call a foul on number 12, Drew Vienna, for Electricians Hawaii. Not as many fouls this half as the first half. The first half, as we're close to 10 minutes and 43 seconds left now in the second half. At this point in the first half, both teams were in the double bonus.
Well, I think they've adjusted their game so that that's not happening.
Sure.
Because they know the officials are going to call it a lot tighter.
Pape gets the ball for Chosen Few, down by 7. The screen, but nothing there. He gives it out to Crawford for a 3. Hits the rim and is off. Labari battles for the ball, but is knocked over to Alkai Wong for Electricians Hawaii. And they throw an alley-oop Wong to McCullough. McCullough can really get up there, but that pass was a little bit offline. Chosen Few with the ball. Pape with the ball, covered by Vienna. Over to Ching, left corner. Nothing down low, gives it back up top to Reyes. Reyes will drive and lose the ball for a second. And we see Leif Rodney with the ball. He is tripped. And they will call a foul on Chosen Few. And that foul, I believe, on Ryan Reyes. 10:05 left in the second half. 7-point lead, 65-58 for Electricians Hawaii. And a little more moisture on the court as they will get ready to sweep that up. Remember the final, the championship game of the NCAA Summer League. We will be on Olelo TV Saturday night at 7. Tony Salito and myself. We will be at Marino School for the championship game. Alkai Wong now with the ball. 10-minute mark of the second half. Almost loses the dribble for a second. Keeps the ball, gives it over to Matthews. Matthews looking for some help. Gets through Vienna. He drives around, nothing there, pulls it back out. Now in the lane again, over to McCullough. He'll find a little room, throws up a floater, it is no good. Labari with the rebound, over to Crawford. Crawford covered by Vienna. He had a look for the ball, but nothing there. Ching with the ball, he'll try a 3, and that is good for Matthew Ching. Keeping Chosen Few within a few points now, trailing by 4, 65-61. Matthews with the ball, left-handed shot is no good. Ching with the rebound. He brings the ball all the way up court. Finds Pape. Pape driving in, nothing there. They're going to call a foul on Electricians Hawaii. And that will be on Drew Vienna as well. That is 3 fouls on Drew Vienna. That was a close one. Tony's not as happy with that one as he was with some of the ones in the first half. Chosen Few inbounding. New shot clock. Down by 4, 65-61. Scott Cato comes back in the game for Malia Labari. Reyes inbounding. Over to Crawford. Quick shot is good. Got a little hope of the rim there. And now it's back to a 2-point lead for Electricians Hawaii. McCullough cutting to the basket is wide open. Defense couldn't get back in time. He gets a two-handed dunk. 4-point lead, 67-63. His Chosen Few has chipped away, but several times has not gotten back quick enough on defense. Ching with the ball. Covered by McCullough. He'll fire up a 3. Hits the back of the rim and is off. Rebound controlled by Wong. Scored by Pape. Will drive in. Nothing there, but he takes a shot anyway. He is fouled. Alkai Wong going to the free throw line for 2. 4 fouls on Ryan Reyes for Chosen Few. So foul definitely a concern for Dave Patterson and Chosen Few. Wong at the line for 2. Up by 4, Electricians Hawaii. And now up by 5. And for Alkai Wong, that is his 22nd point of the evening. Second free throw is good by Alkai Wong. 23 points and a 6-point lead for Electricians Hawaii. Pape with the ball, crossing midcourt. Finds Ching down low. The ball is knocked loose. And now Reyes has it up top. Over to Pape. He pulls it back up top. Back to the 3-point line. Down low to Kato, posting down low. Voids the double team and gets fouled by McCullough. Kato had several pump fakes there. Was able to draw the contact, and he will go to the line for 2. And that foul, I believe, on Kona McCullough, and that is his 4th. 8:14 left in the second half. Free throw is good. Akato, 69-64. Kato getting ready for the second shot. And it is good by Scott Cotto, 69-65. McCullough with the ball for Electricians. Over to Matthews. Looks for Rodney down low, gets on the ball, drives baseline. Nothing there, a little off balance when he made that shot. But Matthews will get fouled. And Scott Cotto getting called, but kind of laughing about that. And that is 4 fouls on Scott Cotto. And you wonder at this rate if Chosen Few is going to have 5 players at the end of this game. Matthews at the line for 2. If I'm Artie Wilson, I'm really pounding the ball. I'm trying to draw that contact and get these guys in even more foul trouble if he's aware of the numbers those guys have. And they've got 3 guys on the bench.
I'm sure he's somewhat aware of it.
But again, at this rate, he might not have any guys left on the bench. 7:56 left in the second half. Matthews made the first, looking to make it both free throws. And it is good. Matthews out of Bryant University. Gives Electricians Hawaii that 6-point lead, 71-65. Pate with the ball. Over to Ching. Thinks about a 3, then drives in, throws up a crazy shot, and it is no good. And there will be a foul on McCullough now with 5 fouls for Electricians Hawaii. Not sure if Artie Wilson is aware of that, but if he does, he's going to look to his bench where he's got 4 guys and maybe give McCullough a little bit of time with 7:43 left. One more foul and he will be disqualified. Ching at the line for 2. First one is good, 71-66. And Artie Wilson not making a substitution. Looks like McCullough was trying to wave to the bench. I got 5. Nobody was looking at him. Ching's second free throw is good. 4-point lead for Electricians Hawaii. Wong with the ball. Screen coming up by Matthews. Switch off. Matthews was open for a second. Wong didn't see him. Now over to McCullough. He tries a 3. In and out by Kona McCullough. He's had a few like that tonight. Ching with the rebound. Looking to cut it to a 1-possession lead. Ching does a couple of fakes. Nothing there. Over to Reyes up top. Look for Kato, but the opening wasn't there. Barely gets it to Ching. In fact, the ball does go out of bounds off of Ching. There's a risky pass by Reyes. And Ching tried to get it, but it goes out of bounds. Electricians Hawaii ball. Timeout by Electricians Hawaii. Artie Wilson calling the timeout. It looks like McCullough might be taking a seat with those 5 fouls. We have 7 minutes and 7 seconds left in this game. 71-67, 4-point lead for Electricians Hawaii. And we predicted this game would probably go down to the wire. It didn't look like that, but the early start, commanding lead by Electricians Hawaii. But as we watch some of the plays by Chosen Few, they've got back in this game. Ricky Claiborne with a couple of big baskets, that big 3 right there. And then, of course, we see the dunk by Labario off of the missed shot. Nice rebound. Chosen Few has stayed in this game. One of the reasons that Electricians Hawaii has been leading is the play of Al-Kai Wong, who has been hitting from the outside when he drives to the lane. Hits that 3 right there. And he has been all over the place scoring. And again, with his 23 points and 8 rebounds, leading the way for Electricians.
Well, what I think is going to be interesting, Gary, is see what players step up here in the last 7 minutes in a 4-point game, a 5-point game. This game is relatively close. So I really think in the next 7 minutes, whichever guy or whatever team steps up and the players on that team step up, it's going to be very interesting to see who does that.
I wonder if foul and or fatigue will come into play. We're getting candy handed to us, but Tony Salito wants no part of it. He's not happy that I'm taking a lot of them, but I need my energy. Maybe these players could use some. As the ball is turned over, Chosen Few has the ball, trying to cut it down to 2 or 1. Down 71-67. Tavita with the ball, looking for Kato. Gets it to him. Ball is knocked away for a second, and they will call the foul on Al-Kai Wong. That is his 3rd foul. Both teams in the bonus. 1-1 for right now. 18 fouls on Chosen Few, 7 on Electricians Hawaii. When they hit 10, it'll be a double bonus and 2 free throws the rest of the way. Kato converts. He's made 3 in a row.
Big shots.
Makes it a 3-point lead for Electricians Hawaii.
Big shots.
6:38 left in the second half. And he finally misses. Kato's been pretty good at the free throw line. Misses that one. And it's still a one-possession game. 71-68. Wong with the ball for Electricians Hawaii, up by 3. Over to Matthews. Right-hand side. Covered by Reyes now on the switch. The ball's knocked out of bounds. They say Matthews touched it last. Good call by the refs. Reyes swiped at it, but Matthews did touch it late. And Chosen Few has the ball. Ching drives up for a crazy shot, and the layup is good by Matthew Ching. We have a one-point game here, as there's a travel call right now on the Electricians, Patrick Matthews. Defense got over there. Matthews had nowhere to go and did travel with the ball. And with 6:13 left in the second half, Chosen Few could take the lead back again with a basket here. Pape with the ball. Screen set up. Pape goes around it. Nothing there. Looking for help. Gets Ching, covered by Matthews. Back to Pape in the right corner. He drives to his left, tries the shot. A bank shot is good by Kyle Pape. He had nowhere to go except raise that shot for a bank shot, and it went in. Smart play by Kyle Pape. And now the lead is won by Chosen Few. Second lead of the night, and they both have been one-point lead. Wong, though, comes right back, and just like the last time Chosen Few got the lead, it only lasted a few seconds. Wong with a tough shot in the paint. 1-point lead, 73-72 for Electricians Hawaii. Pape with the ball, no foul called on the contact. Pulls back for a shot, it is no good, and it goes off of Scott Kato. And Kato agrees with the ref, Ryan Wells. We're going to have some substitutions as Ricky Claiborne and Leif Rodney are going to check in for Electricians Hawaii. Matthews is going to take a seat. And James Davis will take a seat. Artie Wilson, 4 players on the bench. He's only played 8 of his 9 tonight. Vienna with the ball. It's Pedroso's been out for a while, cutting in the lane, and he has the space, but he is fouled as he attempts to lay up. And Scott Kato is saying, I was there the whole time, but he did get the contact there. So good call by the refs. Scott Kato is not agreeing. And that is 5 fouls on Kato. I think fouls could be the thing that really does end Chosen Few. If they are to lose, because they're right in this game. John Lane with 5, Scott Kato with 5. They've got a couple of guys with 4 in Matthew Ching and Ryan Reyes as well. So fouls are really becoming an issue for Chosen Few. Pedrosa with the line for 2. First one is good. 2-point lead, 74-72. 5:15 left in the second half. Pedrosa out of Chaminade. Second free throw is good. 3-point lead, still a one-possession game. Kato still not happy. Tavita with the ball. Tavita kind of kept in check with only 14 points tonight. Shot is off by Reyes, and Wong again, every time he gets a rebound, looking to run. Gets in transition and does get fouled. And now that is 10 fouls for Chosen Few. 2 free throws the rest of the way, double bonus for Electricians Hawaii. And now for Matthew Ching, 5 fouls on him as well.
And now what you see is teams not getting back on defense and a guy having to commit a foul so that he doesn't shoot a layup.
Wong with a miss in the first free throw. 3 players with 5 fouls, though, for Chosen Few.
Well, when the officials call a tight game, you have to make an adjustment.
2 of those 5 are on the court for Chosen Few. 1, John Lane, has been on the bench for a while. We got Kato and Ching with 5 fouls playing right now for Chosen Few. They've got to be careful. 4-point game. Plenty of time left, 4 minutes and 48 seconds. And now we have a foul on Wong, and that's going to be his 4th foul. 1-1 coming up for Matthew Ching. As Dave Patterson checking the foul situation with the scorekeeper. And he's going to give Scott Cato a little bit of rest, knowing that he has 5 fouls. And Maulia Labare coming in the game. Just giving Scott Cato a little bit of a breather and keeping him safe for the last couple of minutes of this game. Ching has been excellent from the free throw line tonight and all season long.
What is Ching shooting from the free throw line?
79%.
And what is he tonight?
Tonight, I'm not sure what he is tonight, but I don't think he's missed much, and he makes that shot on the 1-and-1. We don't have his misses, but we know he's made a whole bunch. We'll try to get that in just a minute. Three-point lead. Matthew Ching makes both. 76-74, Electricians Hawaii with a 2-point lead. Good game overall for Matthew Ching, who does have 5 fouls. 17 points. Vienna with the ball, covered by Ching. Finds Rodney down low, and they're going to get Reyes with the foul. I think that's Reyes' 6th foul. That'll be his 5th foul for Ryan Reyes. So now we've got 4 players with 5 fouls for chosen few. And the officials we see have just changed that foul. It looked like it was Reyes who committed the contact and the foul, but they call it on Labare. Good, that is good news for chosen few. As Rodney shoots an air ball on the free throw. Labare is not in foul trouble. It's only his 1st, or 2nd. Rodney getting ready for a 2nd foul shot. Electricians up by 2. 2nd free throw is good. 3-point game. 4:30 left in the 2nd half. Ching with the ball. Pape now gets the ball, covered by Vienna. Drives into the lane, left hand. Left-handed, left side of the basket, tries the right-handed shot again and draws the foul. And it looks like both guys are shaken up there. Kyle Pape getting the contact. Ricky Claiborne committing the foul, but both guys go down and are still down on the court. And it's like Claiborne got his knee into Pape's hip. A nice round of applause by the fans here. Good hard basketball by both teams. And Pape will go to the line for 2. His team trails by 3, 77-74. 4:19 left in the 2nd half. Both teams in the double bonus. First foul shot. In and out from Kyle Pape. Second free throw. Up and in for Kyle Pape. 77-75. 4:16 left in the 2nd half.
Oh, Garrett, is it going to come down to the end?
That's the way these games should be. Wong with the ball. Left-handed dribble. Over to his right, finds Claiborne down low. Good pass. As Claiborne had that angle, Labare tried to make the steal. A good pass by Wong, and they convert. Claiborne makes the basket. 4-point lead for Electricians Hawaii. Pape with the ball. Double team comes late. Ball is almost knocked out of bounds, but Pedroso saves it. Pedroso with a nice save there. Rodney gets the ball down court, falling out of bounds, tries to get it at the end of the ball, is taken away by chosen few. Pape goes up for a shot. No foul, no basket. Pape was trying to draw the contact. Really had nowhere to go as he went up with that shot, but no foul is called and it goes out of bounds. Electricians Hawaii will keep the ball. 3 minutes and 34 seconds left in the 2nd half here at Manoa Rec. Electricians Hawaii, 4-point lead, 79-75. They have trailed by 1 twice. Both leads for chosen few have lasted about 10, 15 seconds, 1 possession. So they have not trailed too much in this game. Really good game. Both teams getting ready for the stretch now, this close finish.
Well, what you see Artie Wilson getting excited about over there is that you have an empty possession. If they lose the ball, they don't even get a shot. That's called an empty possession. They just lose the ball. They turn over the ball with only 3 minutes left and a 4-point lead. You can't afford empty possessions. You at least have to get a shot at the basket. at the end of the game when it's close like that.
I also wonder if Artie Wilson is aware of the fouls, the individual fouls for chosen few. 3 guys with 5 fouls. And I would go attack them and try to get some of these guys out. Now, 2 of them are on the bench. And Scott Cato and John Lane has been on the bench for about 6 minutes right now. Matthew Ching has done a great job offensively for chosen few, has got 5 fouls. I would go after him if I was Artie Wilson, if he's aware of the 5 fouls.
Well, I just don't know if they play like that in this game, in these games.
Claiborne down low, baseline spin move. Loses the ball, and Labari picks it up for chosen few. Down by 4 and has the ball. Ching has the ball, behind the back dribble. Drives in now, the left hand. Pullback jumper is no good, but they retain the ball, the loose ball, with Ryan Reyes getting it. Over to Pape. Gets the screen set. I got to switch on defense. Pape with a nice pass down to Labari, who misses the 2-foot shot from right around the basket. A key miss for chosen few, but they get the ball out of bounds.
And once again, Electricians Hawaii had an empty possession. They didn't even get a shot in the basket.
And for chosen few on that possession, the good pass down there, and Labari was not able to convert.
2 missed
and he will
layups.
go to the bench, and Scott Cato coming in with a 5 foul, 2 minutes and 52 seconds left. Good substitution, Dave Patterson. Pape drives in, gets past his defender, and gets the easy layup. 2-point game. 79-77, Electricians. Winner will go to the championship on Saturday night. Wong with the ball, in no hurry. Gives it over to Vienna. 15 on the shot clock. Vienna finds Wong. Over in the left wing. Covered by Pape. Wong does a fake, goes into the lane. The ball's knocked away, but Claiborne picks it up and gets the easy layup. Electricians Hawaii fortunate on that possession because Wong lost it, but Claiborne was right there to pick up the loose ball. 4-point lead for Electricians Hawaii. Ching with the ball. Over to Pape. Covered by Vienna. 2 minutes now left in the game. Pape drives baseline, finds Reyes cutting to the basket, but he loses the ball. Key turnover for chosen few. Electricians Hawaii almost throws the ball away, but Pedroso picks up the loose ball. And he finds Rodney, who misses the shot. Rebound is loose, and it's battled for, and Scott Cato picks it up. Over to Tavita. Minute 36 left in the second half. Reyes now with the ball. Gives it over to Ching. Plenty of time in the shot clock. 15. Ching looking for help. Gets it to Pape. 10 on the shot clock. And there's going to be a foul committed on Drew Vienna. And now Kyle Pape will go to the free throw line for 2. For Drew Vienna, that is his 4th foul. Minute 23 left in the second half here. Kyle Pape at the free throw line for chosen few. They are down by 4, 81-77. First free throw is good. Back to a 1-possession game.
Jace Tavita's been a little silent this second half, hasn't he?
Second foul shot in and almost out,
And
but it
back
falls
in.
for Kyle Pape. 2-point game for Electricians Hawaii with the lead and the ball up by 2. Pedroso with the ball, covered by Tavita. 17 on the shot clock, over to Wong. And Wong was, for a moment, not covered at all. Goes into the lane, left-handed shot is no good. That was a late whistle, and chosen few not happy about that. Not sure if that was on Reyes or not. And I believe it was, which would be his 6th. And for Reyes, now they're saying that's his 5th. Oh, Pape, Kyle Pape with the foul. Looks like it was on Reyes for a while. Pape only has 3, so he's okay. Wong at the free throw line. Big foul shot. Both teams in the double bonus. Minute 3 left in the second half. 3-point lead. Okai Wong at the free throw line looking to make it a 2-possession game for Electricians Hawaii. And he does with the second free throw. Wong now on the night, 28 points on the night. 4-point lead, less than a minute left. Ching with the ball. covered by Wong. He loses the ball out of bounds. An unforced turnover for Chosen Few. And they have turned the ball over 2 possessions in a row, really hurting them down the stretch. And they've played really hard. They don't have a long bench. They've got a couple of guys in foul trouble. But they've kind of self-inflicted wounds here that are costing them an opportunity to get the lead. Still time left at 54 seconds. They're down by 4, and Electricians Hawaii has the ball.
Well, I think you see there, you know, a little bit of tension, a little bit of clutch coming down the end of the game. You try and do just a little bit more than you want to, and you lose the ball. Very unfortunate for Ching.
You know, if I'm Artie Wilson, I do think about this. I don't know if he is, but we see hack a Shaq, hack a DeAndre Jordan, hack a Dwight Howard. I would maybe hack Jace Tavita. You're up by 4. Maybe send him throwing, give him those 2 free throws. That way you don't let the 3-pointers hurt you.
Well, personally, I'm surprised at his not too good free throw shooting. I thought he was a little bit better free throw shooting than that. He's not shooting well at all from the free throw line.
No, and he was like that at UA. Although he's hitting his threes and other shots. They believe he's 3 for 8 at the free throw line.
Wow.
54.1 left in the second half. Electricians Hawaii inbounding with Leaf Rodney. And Artie Wilson, I said earlier, Tony, both teams are going to use every timeout. Coming out of a timeout, Artie Wilson calls a timeout.
Well, he wanted to see how they were looking at
defensive lineup. I would not be surprised if Artie Wilson has not used every timeout in every game this year. They could be up by 30 with a minute left. He's going to use his last 3 timeouts. Getting the most for his money. Well, we got a great game here, and we're in store for a great finish. 54.1 seconds left. A 4-point lead, 83-79 for Electricians Hawaii. For Chosen Few, they've got 3 players with 5 fouls. John Lane, Matthew Che, and Scott Cato. Less than a minute left. They can't hold back, though, and we're going to see the strategy from both coaches as we get ready for the home stretch here. The ball belongs to Electricians Hawaii, and so does the lead. Rodney inbounding for the Electricians. Finds Claiborne. Wow. Only 1 defender back in Labari. Claiborne spun around and almost had a breakaway to the basket. And they will call a foul on Labari, which is a smart foul on his part. But no other defenders back. Smart move by Artie Wilson and his team to throw the ball to Claiborne, thinking he had a little bit of an advantage to get around his defender. He will go to the line for 2. First free throw is good by Ricky Claiborne. 5-point lead for Electricians Hawaii. Ricky Claiborne out of Chaminade.
Well, that odd number 5 might have just put the game away.
And the second free throw is good. 2-possession game, 6-point lead, 85-79. Chosen Few down by 6 with the ball. They don't need a 3 yet, but they do need a basket. And they're going to go to the free throw line for 2. Not sure if that foul was on Claiborne or Vienna, and it looks like it was on Claiborne. That's only his 3rd, but Pape will go to the line for 2 in the double bonus. 45.5 seconds left in the second half. First free throw is good by Pape. Pape had a really slow start. He's up to 23 points after that free throw. As Crawford checks into the game for Scott Cato, kind of an offensive-defensive switch for Dave Patterson there. Pape's second foul shot is good. 85-81. 45.5 left. Rodney gets the ball. Nobody covering him. Claiborne underneath by himself, and they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Reyes on that one. Labari came late, but I think the foul was already committed, and it is on Ryan Reyes. And that should be his 6th foul. He knows it. You don't hear the buzzer yet, but he's walking to the bench knowing that's his 6th foul. 40.8 seconds left. 4-point lead, 85-81. Claiborne at the line for 2. First free throw is good. Good job shooting free throws down the stretch for Ricky Claiborne.
Yeah, he hasn't missed one, has he?
I don't think he
made
has
5 in a row.
And somehow Reyes is still on the game, but we have him for 6 fouls.
And he's hurt, so I don't know how he's out in the court.
Yeah. And Claiborne makes both free throws. 6-point lead, 38 seconds left for Chosen Few, trying to get to the championship game on Saturday night. Ching with the ball, looks for a three with the defensive there, gives it to Kato, back out for a three for Pate. And it is good by Kyle Pate. Nice shot, getting it back down to a 3-point deficit and a one-possession game. 27.8 seconds left, 30-second timeout, and a one-possession game, 87-84.
That was an outstanding back pass by Scott Cotto.
He was smart because he could have gone up for the two, but he knows they need three with not much time left.
A very, very good play.
Real smart heads-up play by Scott Cotto. And great shooting by Kyle Pate. Both teams in the double bonus, 87-84. Three-point lead for Electricians Hawaii. With a three-point lead, 27.8 seconds left is a lot. And a lot can happen right now. And we will see the strategy by both coaches now. Artie Wilson drawing up a play on his clipboard.
Well, with the shot clock off, they'll have to commit a foul right away.
Right.
They don't have a choice.
So maybe go for a steal within 5 or 6
Have
seconds.
to go for a steal, and then if he makes one, then you're in deep trouble because it's an odd number.
Yeah, you're right. If they do foul Electricians Hawaii and they make at least one free throw, then you kind of have to go for a three.
Yeah.
And at that point, there'll be right around 20 seconds left. Still enough time, but it would be a two-possession game. We'll see if they can get the steal, or will they be forced to foul Electricians Hawaii. Rodney will inbound underneath Chosen Few basket. 27.8 seconds left. And they find Alkai Wong, who was double-teamed and fouled immediately. 26.7 left in the second half. Wong going to the line for two, where he's been an excellent shooter all night long. He shoots 86% free throws over the regular season.
Yeah, well, they got the ball in the hands of the guy that they should, that's for sure.
And it's a miss for Alkai Wong. Now, if you miss this free throw, one possession game, Chosen Few is not in a rush. They don't have to really get a shot off that quickly. If he makes this shot, you really do have to get a basket off quick.
And a foul.
Yes, or get a steal if you're lucky. And the second free throw is good. Two-possession game, 4-point lead, 88-84. 24 seconds left. Ching with the ball. Tries to find open player. Gets it to Reyes. Thinks about a three, but drives in. And the shot is off. Layup is too strong. Wong with the rebound. 12 seconds left right now. Wong is finally fouled with 11.3 left and a 4-point lead. Still time left, but it's a two-possession game. And no matter what Wong does at the free throw line, it will remain a two-possession game. And we'll see if Chosen Few has any miracles left. And we talked about it earlier, Tony, with Artie Wilson's undefeated team here. They have won every game, but they've had a lot of games like this where they've come down to the wire and just won in the last minute or so as Wong misses the first free throw.
Well, I think, that's a combination of good coaching and good playing by veteran guys at the end of the game. I can't think of any other reason it could be.
Wong getting ready for the second. Makes the second free throw again. 5-point lead with 11.3 left. Still going to take an awful lot for Chosen Few. Pape has the ball. Fires up a three. Around the rim up. Kato had the rebound. Loose ball now. Gets it out to Pape. He'll try another three. It is no good. That is the buzzer. And Electricians Hawaii remains undefeated. Electricians Hawaii will be in the championship game on Saturday night, 7 o'clock against Wealth Strategy Partners. I think we're in for a terrific championship game. That game at Maryknoll School. 89-84 is the final. Close game, and you got to give Chosen Few credit for hanging in there, but it was not to be. Electricians Hawaii, again, gets the win, another close win. They are led by Alkai Wong's 30 points, Oscar Pedroso with 17, Kona Makawa 14, Ricky Claiborne adds 15. Alkai Wong gets a double-double, adding 10 rebounds. For Chosen Few, they are led by Kyle Pape, who didn't score the first 10 minutes of the game, ended up with 27. Matthew Ching with 17. Jace Tavita, kind of a quiet night, as I said, with only 14. Scott Kato with 13. And another player with 3 in John Lane. So a good victory for Electricians Hawaii, another good test, and they're going to have a really tough test on Saturday night.
Well, what you see is a Al-Kai Wong, not playing the last 2 or 3 games for Electricians Hawaii, comes back and drops 30 and 10. I mean, that's an incredible performance by him. And all I can say is Artie's going into the championship game undefeated, and congratulations for that.
And we saw Kentucky go into the Final Four undefeated. That didn't work out well for them. They said maybe they should have had a loss. I don't think this is quite the same. Artie Wilson's team has been in the championship game, I believe, almost every single year. Probably 90% of them. He's won a lot of championships. He's got a lot of trophies at home. A different type of roster for Artie Wilson than he usually has. Doesn't really have the superstars per se like he has had in the past, but he's got a good team. They play together really well, and they are well coached.
Well, this is one of the better performances during the season that I've seen in this league for the summer. They've done an outstanding job, and it seems that every night there's a different guy that steps up and plays really well, from Kimo Makala to Al-Kai Wong to tonight's game, where everybody contributed a lot, and Al-Kai Wong stood out.
And they're going to have their hands full on Saturday because you're going to have Julian Sensley. You're going to have the Brodus brothers and Rashawn and William. That's not going to be an easy task on defending those guys. And I mean, you can maybe stop one. It's going to be hard to stop all 3 of those guys.
I think it's going to be a good game. You know, maybe the court, the newness of the court might bother them for the first 10 minutes. But after that, I think it's going to be a very close game.
Now, we hear that Maya Ostrowski will be playing on Saturday. We will find out from the winning coach in just a second as Artie Wilson gets set to join us here. I almost feel like I'm on OC Sports with you two, except I'm not Kanoa Leahy. Well, Artie, congratulations on the win. Now, you come here and sit down. You almost felt, looking at you, I would have thought that you played in the game the way you're kind of hyperventilating a little bit.
Well, I felt like I did play in the game because I was wanting the guys to do certain things, and they were struggling to get it done. They made it a lot more difficult than it needed to be by just not making some basic plays. Basketball is a thinking man's game, and sometimes you need to think the game through and not just go out there and run. I mean, there's times where we made just terrible passes, and we didn't have to be in a hurry. We didn't have to try and make a spectacular pass. It had to be pinpoint in order for it to work. We had the lead. We're up by 4. We don't have to be in a hurry. They have to play defense on us. But this is young guys. They're learning the game, and this is when I really miss having the leadership of a Derek Lowe, because we wouldn't have these issues if Derek is out there, because he handles the basketball and he understands exactly what we need to do.
You get Al-Kai Wong back. He hasn't played in a while. We saw what he did in last year's playoffs. He ends up as your leading scorer with 30 points. I think he had 8 rebounds as well. What does he bring to your squad? And as chosen few really hung in there, what was your strategy down the stretch?
Well, we thought we could wear them out by pushing the ball down the floor, and my guys just never did. Al-Kai Wong came in from Hilo, and he played an okay ball game. I expect more out of Al-Kai, not scoring, but better decision making. And it's not about, he can score. I know Al-Kai can score, but I want him to make better decisions. He made one great pass that he needed to make when he threw the ball inside to Ricky Clayhorn, and that was the kind of thing we needed to do more and more of. He didn't get it done, but I expect to have a better game out of Al-Kai on Saturday night.
Well, 2 things stood out for me, Coach. Number one, you had 2 or 3 possessions that were empty. You didn't even get a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, I could see you pulling your hair out over there. The other thing was, I thought Ricky Claiborne down the stretch made some important free throws for you.
Ricky hit some very critical free throws, and he could be more of a factor if we use him correctly, because he is a beast on the inside. He is long, he's strong, he's physical. We didn't get him the ball, and a lot of times it frustrates me as a former guard. I understand how to get the ball into the bigs. We give it to him when he's not where he wants the ball, and then he has to create. I don't want my bigs creating. I want them down there where they're at home, and you just give it to them and make them work. But Ricky Claiborne on Saturday night will be huge for us.
We've heard rumor, maybe we can confirm this with you right now, that we saw your team tonight, but on Saturday night you might have an extra player on your roster. We see him on the roster. We haven't seen him in action in a while, but Maya Ostrowski, will he be in action on Saturday?
No, Maya is not going to be able to play. He did not play this year, and we have a rule in the league that you have to be a participant in at least one of the regular season games in order to play. I would have loved to have had Maya. The only reason I was looking at trying to add Maya was when Derek left, and then Derby Enos had the unfortunate situation where he can't play. And because of that, I was sitting there going, wow, we don't even have a guard. I wasn't sure if Al-Kai Wong would even be coming back. So I was down to Drew, Vienna, and Kona. And that's really difficult. So that's why when I first talked to Maya, I was thinking he might be able to play. He was going to come in a regular season game. He tweaked a hamstring, and because of that, he didn't want to test it during the regular season. And I said, well, then if you can't test it, then you can't really play.
And how do you feel about playing Well Strategy in the finals?
Well, Well Strategy is a very good team. I mean, they have my former player in Rashawn Brodus, who has played for me for 10 years. I love Rashawn. I wish he was on my team now.
You should, because
he's a player.
Point guard of the year in Latvia.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
Rashawn is incredible. He wanted to play with his brother, so he went and played with Marco 2 years ago and 3 years ago now. I've had him for 10 years. I want to beat him on Saturday night, and I'm sure he wants to beat us. So it'll be a good ball game. Marco's a good coach. He'll have him ready to play. Julian Sensley's a great player. J.R. Brodus is a great player. But there's something about my little Bad News Bears team. They play hard. They play together. They like each other. I've never had an attitude issue from any of the guys. They give me everything they have, and if they do that, again, I like my chances.
Well, good luck, Coach. They really look good.
Good luck, Artie. And as winning this game, going to the championship, we have this official candy bar for you.
Is this a gold?
That's only a sample of what you might get on Saturday.
It's real gold. This has to be from Tony Solito's.
Of course. He passed on that during the game to save it for you.
He usually has gold nuggets on the green.
That's on Saturday.
Okay.
Thanks, Artie. Congratulations. And a great game for Artie Wilson's Electricians Hawaii. And we're going to be joined by one of his star players. And I remember doing this last year with our Artie Wilson's star player, Al-Kai Wong. Al-Kai, congratulations. What a game for you tonight. Now, did you just fly in for this game from Hilo?
Yeah, I flew in on, I got here early this morning.
I know there's not really jet lag when you're flying from the Big Island, but I mean, is there any kind of adjustments you have to make? I mean, just flying in and, again, not having played in this league for just a little while, and you were a star player last year, and just looks like it was business as usual for you tonight.
Yeah, I try to stay in shape, so try to run every day, stay in shape, and try and stay ahead of the game for instances like this. So I was ready.
Now tell me, Al-Kai, what do you do in regards to your shooting when you didn't play in the last 2 or 3 games? You come back and then you score 30 points, which means that you have to be shooting somewhere because you're not just doing your running. You got to be doing some shooting.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Fortunately, I got a good job. I work for the County of Hawaii. I run Papaloa Gym in Lapoihoi.
Oh, wow.
I run a facility.
So you get a chance.
Yeah, get to shoot, work out with the kids, and run programs.
What was tougher for you tonight? Because you got the 30 points. I mean, you really worked for your shots. I mean, they were playing tough defense on you, but also you were playing really good defense yourself. What was the toughest challenge for you tonight, trying to get open in separation or defending their players?
Well, probably defending the players. If I could take away from their game, I got a better shot the plus minus would be a lot better.
You guys fell a little short last year, and I remember they had to play all those games in the same day because of the hurricane warning. And I think you had about 44 or 45 in that last game in that loss. Is that something you remember and maybe use as motivation for Saturday night's championship?
Oh, definitely. But Saturday night's game, we play a tough team, man. You got Julian Sensley, Rashawn, the Brodus brothers, who are phenomenal. I'm a little beat up from tonight. Scott Cato hit me a few times. Nice elbows, man. Lucky I got my teeth in still.
He does that to everybody, so don't feel bad.
Yeah.
So what do you do between games? I mean, you're going to be here for Saturday. You don't fly back to Hilo. You just stay here for the next couple of days.
Yeah, fortunately, I had some vacation time, so got to use it, and I'll be here till Saturday.
All right.
Thank you.
Good luck.
All right,
Good luck
Al-Kai,
to you.
Great
for
performance tonight.
terrific
Again, love watching you play
performance
basketball.
tonight.
30 points. Thank you, Al-Kai Wong. Wishing me a happy birthday from yesterday. And we will get to see him on Saturday night in the championship game. It's going to be a great game on Saturday. Tony and I will be bringing you all the action here on Olelo TV on Channel 49. Again, 7 o'clock. If you're thinking about coming down to watch the game, well, that's great. We will be at a different gym. Marino Gym on Tony Solito Court. A lot more room for fans. We know we get a big crowd for the championship. And I'm not going to predict who will win. I think it's going to be a really close game. But I also don't think that either team has an advantage right now, or I'm going to think one team will definitely win. I think it's going to be a great matchup. 2 different styles, different players on both teams that are both really effective. I can't predict a winner right now.
Well, not being a coach anymore, I get a good chance to see the game from a terrific seat and enjoy myself calling it because there's no pressure on me to win or lose. So I'm really going to enjoy it, like you say, because I think they're 2 very, very outstanding teams. two coaches who really know what they're doing in basketball, and also some outstanding players on both teams that we'll be able to watch.
And we talked about Okai Wong is going to be a treat to watch on Saturday. The Brodus brothers, Rashawn Brodus, has been a fantastic player throughout the years and, of course, in this league. And I think, again, a little bit different styles of play, real good talent on both sides. And, again, I think it's going to be a close game. I can't predict an actual winner. I just kind of predicted these two teams would meet in the championship when I saw the regular season end, and we are going to look forward to that on Saturday night. Again, 7 o'clock, Olelo TV. Tony and I will be joining you, and hopefully you can either make it down or watch, see a great basketball game as we finish up this year's 2015 NCAA Summer League. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to the crew. The crew and staff here do a great job. There's a lot of people behind the scene doing a great job in the truck and right here in the gym, and makes the broadcast go as good as it does, and we appreciate everybody doing a great job. Thanks for watching. We will talk to you Saturday night at 7 on Olelo TV. Aloha.